Just kidding. We won't make you listen to it twice. Welcome to the Thanksgiving recruiting show, week 3 of recruiting. We'll start off like we always do with new helmets, a Tristan trivia question, and bowl season. We'll let you see all the matchups again if you haven't seen them yet.
The trivia question, since I know that's everybody's favorite part, is what 4 states have multiple NFL teams that play there?
Well, obviously, California.
That is correct.
New York.
That is not correct.
New York doesn't have multiple teams that play there?
They do not.
You're right. It's New Jersey.
That is 2.
I know one's super
very
easy.
obvious
it's
one.
Massive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing if Woo Pig can figure it out. He's neighbors.
Yeah. I'm catching up.
Ohio's the last one.
Ohio is one of them. However, the number I gave you is way incorrect because there are 2 more.
There's Texas and Florida.
Texas is one of them, yes.
That's the best part of the trivia question.
Is the number being wrong? Yeah, I don't.
Is it 5?
No, I think it's 7 now. I'm just going to keep changing the number until we exhaust the list. Florida, New Jersey, California, Ohio, Texas. Pennsylvania is one of the ones that was not named that I was thinking of. And there is one more. It used to be 8, and then the Rams moved. So that threw me off. I don't know why I said 4 and 6 and a bunch of other numbers. But there is one more that is a tough one to get.
If Missouri would have thrown me off, I would have never guessed that just based on the Chiefs' name.
Yep. The final one is an East Coast state.
An East Coast state.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a AFC or no NFC.
Well, there's 2 teams, so they may or it could be either or both. There we go. Maryland. Ding, ding, ding.
I think you're towing a line there because Washington is technically its own.
But the commies play in Maryland.
Damn commies.
If we give New Jersey for the Giants and Jets, yeah.
That's true. Well done.
The question was what 4, 5, 6, or 7 states have more than one NFL team that play there?
It would have been more fun for him to figure out what the question was just from giving him the answer.
Just from a bunch of states. Yeah, fair. All right. Let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part.
We did not post this. Nathan's ghost did.
Nathan
is under the weather, by the way, but he's still here. He's trooping it out. He's texting us what he wants to say, but we're just not reiterating it.
LSU is an NFL caliber team. Fair.
In 2019, they did.
All right. You may have seen this one last week. It was so cool, I wanted to show it again. The San Diego Tritons with their tridents is our first new helmet that was from last week. Stab is correct. This one, the greatest school in the state of Texas, the Pew Pew Red Raiders of Texas Tech, also from last week, and also cool enough that I wanted to share it again. Moving on to the new ones, we have Arizona State, Fear the Fork, as the kids there say. The Ohio State University coming in next, our lovely Commissioner Matt and his little Buckeye leaf there. They've got a big game coming up. We'll see how they go with a presumably.
They didn't even make the playoffs. No bowl
no,
game.
the real team, the real the Ohio State with their little sign stealers that they get to play against. Alleged sign stealers, I should
Alleged.
say. Yes. Moving on, we have Vandy.
The other commies.
The other commies, that is correct. The Fightin' Jay Cutlers. Our fearless and very sick commissioner Nate with the Rice Hoot Hoot Owls getting a alternate helmet here. Hoot Hoot indeed. The Houston Oilers.
There's
the Houston
cease and desist coming for Houston right now.
The Houston Cougar Lives getting definitely not a Houston Oilers themed helmet.
Hey, we get to find out who the real Cougars are this week.
We do. But if Roger Goodell is listening, this is not Oilers throwback.
No, if he is, it is.
Oh, fair enough. Next up, we have the Icy White Memphis Tigers. Their wish is our coloring department's command.
It's a fire helmet. Go Cox.
Go Cox. The real USC coming in next with their long-awaited alternate helmet. Our favorite DJ, the People's Champ of Miami, coming in next with a alternate helmet. They haven't had a new one in quite some time.
Finally got enough money.
Hey, there's the one
Cream.
Everyone was waiting for. The University of Michigan State, also known as Cream State. That is what they called themselves, 100%.
I like how we're just changing it. Well, with Mel Tucker,
it's a gray area. Or like it's an off-white area, a cream-colored area. Anyway.
Hopefully our AD didn't already want me gone before the season started.
My favorite school that's not Texas Tech, the Huskies
Baylor.
of Washington. I don't know. They don't have a slogan yet, do they?
No.
We're going to have to get one. Yeah, we're going to have to get one. Maybe my Husky puppy will make a cameo to howl for them at some point. Good boys. Good boys go. I like it. UCF getting an icy white helmet as well. Space U fighting with Rice to be Space U. The eternal battle for space domination.
I heard these are the helmets that teams will be wearing for their bowl games.
That is in fact the case. The recruits have apparently loved them. I don't remember which team it was last week. Was it Purdue? They got a couple big recruits with their new helmet, so we shall see. Purple Rain or something for Washington? That might be the case.
Purple Rain is kind of a Minnesota thing.
I have no idea. All I know is that Huskies are the best. Moving on, Carl, you can take this one away.
Yeah, Skyuma, row the boat. Go first.
There we go.
Hey, they only gave up 13 points in the first half to Ohio State. Huge
That's not bad.
They're not a second half team.
Oh, I was going to ask how the second half went, but
not great.
It's not Orlando. We have a problem. It is not. It is also not Rice. We have a problem, but that is neither here nor there. Next up, the USF Bulls getting another neon helmet. This is one of my favorite ones. They didn't make the national championship. Are they in the Rose Bowl? Is that the Rose Bowl team?
I believe they're in the Rose Bowl.
Maybe that bowl will be eating some roses next week. Moving on, we have the Men of Troy, the USC Trojans, and their throwback to the, I think it was the 80s was when they had this logo. Maybe it was the 60s. I don't know. Decades, math. I was told there would be neither of those things. So I couldn't tell you. Next up, we have a national champion participant, the Maryland Terrapins. and their yellow helmets here, the Fightin' Turtles, and their slogan is most definitely Turtle Turtle.
Turtle Turtle.
And finally, I think finally at least, we have the Oklahoma Sooners. And I can't quite tell. Carl, could you tell me what color that helmet is?
That's definitely not cream. We would
definitely
have a serious issue on our hands if that was cream.
Yeah, that would be. So
I think that's
there was one more.
Hide. I think it's Hide is what that's called.
Fair enough. And then we have
Quack Quack.
The Quack Quack team here of the Oregon Ducks. Apparently their slogan used to be "Do Quack," and that was a little controversial, so they just went to Quack Quack. But that is the final one that we have.
All right. Now we have bowls. I know everybody's just here so they can see commits, but
yes, we will have bowls. Give me just 1 second to pull those up.
If you guys have never had Fresca before, you're in for a real treat. I know you can't see the can because of green screen, but
that good, huh?
It's that good.
All right, let's see. Can I do this 2 times in a row correctly?
It looks like Do Quack is coming back for the Ducks.
I think it should be back to their slogan for sure. All right. First up, we have the Duke's Mayo Bowl in the Mayo tier, which is not the tier that you want to be in. It's better than the tier that Texas Tech ended up in. So, but yes, we have Mississippi State, Michigan, and Kennesaw State facing off for the battle of who gets to eat a jar of mayo. Then we have Austin's favorite bowl game, the Microsoft Forms Bowl, where if you win, you have to fill out a form to claim your title. With the UTSA Meet Roadrunners and the Arizona State Sun Devils Fear the Fork.
Fear the Fork.
My personal favorite of our new Tier 4 bowls is the Florida Man Bowl between 2 teams from Florida. Aptly named. And I don't know if you want to win the title of Florida Man, but one of these 2 schools will have that title here after this week's games.
I heard Dwight said he already has it. It's not even going to be a competition.
Oh, well.
So yeah.
Well, then there you go.
And each of these tiers, there's 4 different tiers of bowl games. Each of those tiers relates to more or less hype.
Correct. The better the tier, the more hype you win. Then we have the Analytics Bowl for people that like numbers. I like coloring, so I was able to tolerate this one, but numbers, not my thing. That is the reason Texas Tech definitely declined their invitation.
Yes, you were invited for sure.
I was invited to the media session.
That's what it was.
Not to participate, unfortunately. Next up, this is really the one that has seemed to cause the most controversy so far. The Better Podcast Bowl. I think we're going to have a league-wide vote for who has the better podcast, and then see if that matches up with the winner of said bowl game. That is obviously the Tritons with their tridents facing off with the LSU
stab.
Go Tigers. Yeah. The Remember the Alamo Bowl with my favorite school that's not Texas Tech, Washington, and a team that I can't remember, which is just fitting because it's the Remember the Alamo Bowl. Do you know who that school is, Carl?
I believe it's Sikkim Bears.
Yeah.
Against Purple Rain.
Against Purple Rain. All right, moving on. We have the Gator Bowl with the Orlando We Have a Problems facing off with the Cincinnati Bearcats Are Definitely a Real Animal. And I believe
winner takes home an alligator.
Our last 2, yeah. So our last 2 are Tier 3 bowl games and worth slightly more hype. Next up, we have the famous
Stop
Idaho
putting your
Potato Bowl.
messages up.
And thank you, Nathan's Ghost, for participating. The Tennessee Volunteers and the TCU Horned Frogs facing off with each
Horny
other.
frogs.
The Horny Frogs, Horny Toads.
Hypno.
If you know, you know. Probably the best snack bowl out there is the Cheez-It Bowl with the Memphis Tigers taking on the USC Trojans. I think this is our last Tier 3 bowl.
I believe that is correct.
Which means, hey, that's your school there. The Las Vegas Bowl.
We are going to Vegas.
Going to Vegas. Put all your money on 00 on roulette. I've heard that's the best game to play statistically.
I told the players no casinos unless we win.
Oh, if you win, they can. That's a motivation there.
Yeah,
for sure. We have the Auburn Tigers facing off with Sparty himself and Cream State. Moving along to the Citrus Bowl, we have the UCSB Roll Gauchos squaring off with the Penn State Nittany Lions. I don't actually know why Nittany Lion is, or what a Nittany Lion is.
Wearing a scarf.
Oh, it's a scarf-cladded lion. Interesting.
And that's their phrase. Where? Where?
I believe it's pronounced Ware. I don't know. I could be wrong. But it's definitely
right.
Roll
Gouch versus Ware.
Yeah, Ware. All right. Moving on to the Cotton Bowl Classic, we have the Texas A&M Fighting Puppies and the Georgia Tech Buzz Yellow Jackets facing off in our Cotton Bowl Classic.
Rice would like a Nittany Owl.
Ooh, interesting. We might get a Nittany Owl that way. You got to talk to the boosters.
And Nittany is definitely not the mountains in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Dwight.
No, that can't be right. The Peach Bowl has Georgia and Alabama, just two friendly little SEC schools facing off with each other.
They're both peaches.
For peaches. Georgia is the peach state, isn't it? So I feel like they have a slight advantage here. Might have to see. Booty Got Me Like Bowl. I like that one. The name that I wanted. Use. Yeah, the name I wanted to go with, they would not allow, nor the logo for it. So we're going to stick with this one for now. And is that the last Tier 2? Yes, it is, which means that the Orange Bowl game with the Virginia Tech Every Recruit Goes Here Hokies and the Indiana Definitely Not Bison, presented by the Rookie Big Board. Congratulations to all of the teams that made it to a Tier 1 bowl game. I don't know what that's like.
Do you even know what it's like to go to a bowl game?
Listen, you didn't have to say that.
Well,
I know what it's like to win an NFL championship, so I'll take what I can.
I have no idea what Nathan's hashtag in here, but
indeed, Nathan. Next up, we have the Sugar Bowl presented by a question mark. The sponsor is yet to be announced. It will be announced, but it is between the Vanderbilt Commies and the North Carolina State Wolfpack. The next Tier 1 bowl.
I found out what that hashtag means.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not safe to say.
All right.
Just think of LSU. It's in your texts.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid to look. Our Fiesta Bowl game is our next Tier 1 bowl with Houston, the formerly undefeated Houston Cougars, facing off with the Washington State Cougars in everyone's favorite bowl game, the battle for who gets to be the most cougarly of Cougars. I don't know if that means that like you're more of a cougar, means that you're, I don't know.
I think it just means they have better cougars. Like
they have better cougar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna live the Coug life, you want to go there versus the other spot.
Fair. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting demographics for those schools. That's for sure.
Yeah, fresh cougars.
Yeah, cougar life indeed. Next up, our final Tier 1 bowl game has the USF Bulls and the reigning program college champion UCLA Bruins. However, their reign ends this week. So Jared, congratulations on your year-long run of supremacy.
A lot of recruits, they went to Jared.
They did. I think I speak for everyone when I say it'd be okay if they stopped going to Jared. Ooh, the Zach Wilson Bowl. That would have been a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a lot of quarterbacks in the program who are Zach Wilsons.
We do. Several.
All right. And then we have
our final bowl game. The College Football National Championship presented by Dynasty Nerds in the elite tier with the Fightin' W's, the Turtle Turtles, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, the Nittany Owls of Space U. I think that's their mascot officially. And the Pittsburgh Panthers. So congratulations to those of you that are in the national championship game.
Yes. I will say that Dynasty Nerds does take care of the champion quite well. At least they have in the past. If he keeps losing recruits, he may not take care of the champion as well. But
interesting. Well,
so stop stealing his recruits.
If my 47-year plan works out, I will find out in about 46 years if they're taking care of the champion.
Yeah, when you finally make it there.
Yeah, that's my plan. But that is it. Those are the bowl game invites. Congratulations to those of you that were invited. I made the We Are Definitely in a Bowl.
So you and 20 other teams sitting there watching from home.
Yes, precisely.
Loser gets fired. All right, now we'll let Nathan's Ghost take over because that's why you guys are all really here. Because you want to see where these commits are going. And we are starting this evening in Conference 3.
Get the disappointment over with.
Oh, Tristan. Special DM from...
Yeah. I could use some better players.
All right. Conference 3 to start it out. Ghost. Thank you. We start with a...
yellow or white.
There we go. We're going to start with Jason Robinson, solo committing to Oregon. Congratulations. And now we have a steal. David Who's Your Mommy, who's currently committed to Wisconsin, has LSU coming after him. LSU originally had a 63.1% chance. Now they have a 50% chance.
There's a real question of who was trying to steal him since it was only these two teams initially.
Yeah. Yep.
Commence thievery.
Did he fix the blip? Oh, they both win.
So many questions. So little time. Dun, da, da, da. Nathan's Ghost may have crashed everything.
He did flip. I can confirm on the backside he did flip.
There we go.
You guys were supposed to see it, but I can confirm on the backside he did flip. It wasn't just Nathan changing it.
Did he disappear?
The goat? Yeah, he disappeared off of that sheet for some reason.
Interesting.
But on the backside, he did flip. So congratulations to LSU, who tried to hide that he was stealing him. Apologies, Wisconsin, but you are in the national championship game. Next up, LaWayne McCoy, younger brother of LaShawn McCoy, headed to UCF. I made that up. And next up, Walker White. I probably should clarify. Some people might believe me when I say stuff.
If you go with like 47th cousin, it's usually easier because you're probably also right no matter what.
It's true. We're all related once you get back to Adam and Eve, or Steve, whichever you prefer. All right, Walker White. Deciding between 5 different schools.
One of them is Texas Tech.
There.
Hey!
He's committed to Texas Tech for now.
Pew, pew.
All you needed was a helmet and him to see it a week later.
That's what we needed. I would have done this a long time ago.
All right. Next up, Luke Kromenhoek. Now, we may have a similar situation, so I'm watching the backside just to be sure. Currently committed to Georgia Tech. Thinking about Texas Tech. 50-50 shot here. We'll let the thieving commence. It didn't go there.
He also disappeared.
We're watching the back end. I promise we're not doing anything shady for Texas Tech. So far, it's still Georgia Tech.
What? Feel free to do something shady.
Watching the backside. Said every guy.
Are we good? Did he stay?
He did stay.
Okay.
He is staying in Georgia Tech.
Shame.
Oh, he did. I got Nathan's message about what we have to wait for. He did stay in Georgia Tech. All right. Nick Marsh. Deciding between 3 different universities, one of them being Texas Tech. Baylor says, good luck, Texas Tech.
Thanks, Baylor.
And Texas Tech gets another. They don't get Luke Kromenhoek. You know we're not doing anything shady on the back end now.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we can't confirm if Nathan's ghost did say, go Tigers.
Hey, nice.
Next up, Draylon. Texas Tech is involved with this one. Again, Baylor says.
With a nice percent there.
Yeah, but he might do quack.
Ooh. No quack for you, sir.
He is not doing quack. Texas Tech is rolling everybody this week. He is going to request that Nathan's ghost return in the future. Yes. All right. Now we have Jaden Rettel signing between SMU, VT, and UXPA. Does he want to roll Gouch? Or roll Stangs?
Oh, I don't know what they got. Theirs has to be something with just paying the players.
We are open to whatever you guys think SMU's slogan should be.
Roll cash.
Roll cash. Next one, Air Noland, heir to the Ohio State quarterback throne. Signed between 5 different schools. Virginia Tech is involved in this one. But he is going to Wisconsin. That hurt. That burned a little when I said it. All right. Next
up. It sounded
up,
like it didn't feel good.
Jeremiah Smith with a steal attempt by Vanderbilt. You can click it, but he's locked.
Not
and
so
now he's
fast.
Now he's gone. Yes. So now you know Virginia Tech did lock up at least one of their players.
Roll ponies. I don't hate it.
All right.
I don't hate it at all.
Ponies is solid.
Yeah, pony
the Cougars
up.
know because they've been around for a while.
Could be pony up.
Yeah. Next up, Dylan Raiola.
Never heard of
Ravioli
her.
deciding where he's going to go. 5 different universities offering him the chance. There's actually more. He is headed to Georgia Tech. Buzz, buzz.
Well.
All right. The only ones you can't see are the steal attempts. David, who's your mommy, is going to LSU. Luke Kromenhoek is staying at Georgia Tech. Next up is a different conference that I have to look for, and that would be Conference 5.
Yes, it is.
We have a lot going on in Conference 5. Gavin Hoffman, Jason Peterson, Jason Robinson, Nate Palmer, and Isaac Wilson are all solo commits. Joining them are also Tyseer Denmark and Carter Nelson. And now we have like 3 roles for Conference 5. We'll start with Kyan Barry Johnson, who is going to Wisconsin in C3, I believe, because I still remember that rhyme. Here he's deciding between Uxta and Indiana, and he is going Buffalo. Next up, Will Hammond, deciding between Syracuse and the Buffaloes.
Fighting Indiana Buffaloes.
He is rolling orange. All right. Colin Hurley, another quarterback prospect, deciding between Hooting and Rowing.
What was that?
Yep. Ghost, please roll.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ghost, are you there?
Dun, 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 dun. There we go.
I'm never doing that for Memphis again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Coach.
He couldn't hoot against his own hoot.
All right. Next up, CJ Carr. He's a quarterback headed to Notre Dame in real life, based out of Michigan. Was not recruited by Michigan State because they hate quarterbacks. All right. Deciding between Cincinnati and Arkansas. He is going to be a Bearcat. Here, the Kelsey brothers went there. All right. Now we have Johisa Trader. I hope he's not a traitor to one of these universities, but he's going to have to be to 4 of them.
Whoa.
Ooh, Houston, we do not have a problem.
Big time upset. Cougar life.
Ooh, Houston, he must have only seen their regular season. Next up, we have Ryan Wingo. Also thinking about Houston or Northwestern part of N.
We still don't know, do we? Well, we still won't.
And we never will because it's now images.
Also
congratulations, true. Houston. 2 more. Technically, Trader is a athlete, but it looks like he's going to be a wide receiver. Next up, we have a steal attempt on Bryant Wesco, currently committed to Wake Forest, and Arkansas is coming in for the steal.
Who pig? No pig.
No pig. He's locked up. And we are I apologize. We did not put a disclaimer that you could potentially get a seizure from watching our show.
Mm-hmm.
We can't control the ghost. All right. Well, tonight sucked. Not totally. You did get a solo commit. All right. And Julian Sayin is deciding where he would like to go. Arizona State does have a 52% lead.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Fear the fork.
Well, he is a little scared of the fork. Well, we got a lot of boo pigs in the chat.
We do. Quite a few boo pigs. You got to ruffle some pig feathers, I guess.
Where did Sayin decide to go? I forgot already.
Fear the fork.
All right. Next up, we have Conference 2, which was supposed to go second, but it's okay.
But yeah,
lots of solo commits again. Not David, who's your mommy's brother, but Dozie Ezukonami is headed to UTSA. Harry Stewart and Kevin Riley and Jason Brown are all headed to Georgia. We have Geikel Baker headed to USC. Amari Jefferson, who is now a tight end, I believe, headed to Tennessee. Anthony Carey headed to Miami. And Conan Daniels headed to Florida. I just wanted to keep going around the chart so that he had to keep scrolling up and down.
I'm still not convinced that this is not the same person as David, who's your mommy. Every time I see them, I'm like, that is the same name. Yep.
Could be. All right. First up, we got Frankie Arthur, a running back headed to UCF. I only know that because I was recruiting him. He is no longer being
You're
recruited
no
by
longer
Michigan
recruited.
State.
Ouchtown, population U, bro.
Georgia with their 4th commit of the evening. Next up, Jordan Lyle. I think these recruits were watching Georgia's playoffs because they definitely showed up in the playoffs.
They did. Playoffs.
All right, Jordan Lyle decided between 3 schools. Does he go to Jared?
Can the Magic hold on?
He went to Jared.
Well, you know who to steal, C2.
This is one where we do need to watch out for what Nathan's doing on the backside. Jared, you can have him. I got my one steal on you, and I feel bad trying to steal more people. All right. We have Luke Cromanhoke. I'm watching the backside to make sure he doesn't just click Rice. Rice does have a substantial lead. We've never seen a lead higher than 45% be an upset.
Definitely.
Oh, that is weird how fast that clicked to Rice. Very interesting.
Hoot, hoot, hoot.
Very interesting. All right, Ghost. Next up, Nick Marsh. Yeah, I knew you had to comment before you could keep clicking. If you guys, Nathan has 0 voice right now. He won't even talk to us privately.
He won't really talk to me in general, but he won't talk to us collectively.
Yeah. All right. Nick Marsh, a wide receiver out of Michigan, headed to Michigan State in real life. Is he true to his word?
Can we make it a clean sweep?
No, we can't.
Ouchtown.
Me. All right. Nick Marsh, again, another guy not being recruited by Michigan State anymore. But at least Dwight's happy. Dwight is a actual Michigan State fan, so he needs some
kind
love.
of just a win all around for him.
All right. Caden Durham decided between Georgia and Miami. Dwight says yes, but this is in regards to Nick Marsh. He might be saying yes again. He's not. Georgia with their 5th recruit of the evening. That's a 3rd of their class.
That's got to be like pushing the lead overall now, isn't it? Because he had a handful before this week.
I don't know if he's had too many. I know he's got a couple, but yeah, he's getting up there. Just so you know, it's in the bylaws, but if you revoke a scholarship on a player committed to your university, it is -10 hype. I don't know who he's talking to. Next up, Ryan Pelham deciding between Purple Rain or no defense. No defense it is. And now we have Air Noland, a steal attempt. And we get to watch this one from the back end, I'm guessing again. But you click the button and we'll watch it roll.
And he's gone. Little did you know,
it takes a little bit longer.
Little did you know that the commence thievery button actually just makes the person disappear from the world.
Cal would love some recruits, is what I'm hearing. And you know what? Last time he got Mylan Graham, so there's always a chance.
Exactly. Banished to the shadow realm.
We still do not have an answer.
To spend time with the people that pour milk before their cereal.
This answer is up in the air. He is staying at UCLA.
There we go.
All right. Now is when I leave the show, and then Tristan does this.
The back end is always up in the air. Nate's ghost, excuse me.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Peach Bowl? Yeah. Now is where Tristan's about to do the show solo. It was just a blip, Jared. It was a blip.
It was. It's just a long, extended blip.
For Georgia, it is, Dwight.
Bulldog style.
All right. Mylan Graham.
Hey, Carl's sticking around.
I might be. There's still one more left.
Oh, that's true. He's sticking around at least one more.
He stayed, Jared.
Jared,
he stayed.
He stuck with Jared.
He stayed. He still is with Jared. He didn't go to every kiss begins with K.
Yeah, they made a strong push at the end there, but
if we roll Rice here again, I know Nathan's one wearing his hat. Jared did lose 2 recruits. 3. He lost 3. 2 to Miami, though. I just want to point that out. He lost 2 to Miami.
Interesting. There you go. Straight from the owl's mouth.
Huge. All right. We got F's in the chat. I don't know what that means.
We do. We will get this fixed roughly by the time steals are done.
Probably a little bit after. Yeah, you can just click go.
Hey.
Oh, let's go, Wesco. All right. Nick Marsh, we don't even miss you. Press F to pay respects. Oh, I got you. There you go. To pay respects. All right. Now we need to use all our hype unlocks.
We can skip C4 as promised.
Oh, yeah. You're right. We're going straight to C1. It is C4 next. All right. Conference 4. Thankfully, there are 0 steals in Conference 4, so we don't have to worry about that.
There's 1.
There's 2. There's 3.
There's multiple.
All right. We do have a couple solo commits. Luke Reynolds, tight end committed to Penn State, is going to Clemson. We also have Michael Van Buren headed to Alabama. I think their phrase is roll elephants, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. First off, we have Johan Cardenas deciding between effing stuff up or heading to Maryland to Fearing the Turtle.
Turtle.
Fearing the Turtle. National championship game. It's real. There are no effects on our system, but we might need to add them. Like just a little boost. A bowl game boost. Tristan would never receive it.
That. Yeah.
All right. First up, we have Aaron Butler. So we are going to commence thieving on him. We'll find out if he's locked. If he's not locked, obviously we get to have the fun of waiting and Kyle wondering if we're messing with him or not.
Dun, da, da, da.
Looks like we're going to be messing with him. There's no way it rolled that fast.
The tension is building.
It is. Oh, he is headed to Washington State. We do have a steal. He is headed to Wazoo. Aaron Butler. No messing.
Live.
No messing. Wazoo, no messing.
He heard that Zach Wilson's mom's friend was traveling to Pullman. Allegedly.
All right. Allegedly. Next up, Nate Frazier, a running back out of Mater Dei. I believe that's Nate Frazier. He looks like a beast. Deciding between 4 different universities, one of them being a guy who put an F in the chat, and that is where he's headed.
Wow. 2 big moves over there for the Pullman Cougars.
Yeah. We can't see one on the board, but we see it on the backside.
Always on the backside.
Yes. Next up, Cam Davis, a steal attempt by none other than Washington State, trying to go for 3 for 3 here. Let her roll.
Oh.
Don't let her roll. It is locked up there in Davistown. All right, next up, Cam Williams.
My apologies, Pullman State U.
I prefer Cream State. Cam Williams deciding between 5 schools. I didn't even use that once. Maybe the recruits don't actually like hearing me say go Cream. Cam Williams, we can roll this one. And he is headed to Wazoo. Sorry, Pullman State. PSU.
The real PSU. No, that's Portland State. Roll Vikes.
All right, Ryan Wingo, a wide receiver committed to Texas in real life. Also committed to Michigan State in another life.
All right, I have to sincerely say good luck, Baylor.
I wish it ever sounded sincere. This
Yes.
is unreal. Well, it looks like Purdue's class is broken, according to his post earlier today. He will be resigning, and we will be finding somebody else to coach the Boilermakers. Next up, Mylan Graham, recently committed to Michigan State.
That is fair.
Yeah, you should blame him for that one.
That one's on me.
This one, you don't have to worry. There's no Baylor involved.
No, so we can go with Purdue's slogan, which is toot toot.
I did that earlier tonight before the show.
Hey!
All right. Congratulations. We are Mylan brothers for now. We'll see if steals happen. Trades, anything. Next up, Jeremiah Smith, steal attempt by Texas Christian University.
What?
The home of Andy Dalton. Andy Dolphin. All right. Let's see what happens here.
Hey, not so fast.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. If you didn't see, Jeremiah Smith may or may not be locked up. Baylor closed their doors, and they are headed to the Alamo. I think that's right.
Yes, because I remember it.
All right, now Conference 1, who I think had the most people this week.
I think they did. It took me a little bit of time, so that's my excuse.
So we'll start with this. Pittsburgh bringing home Isaac Wilson and Harry Stewart. Gavin Hoffman headed to Oklahoma along with Daniel Hill. I don't know why I said it like that. Boo Carter is going to South Carolina, and Michael Hawkins is going to the Ohio State University. First roll of the night goes to Anthony Carey, who solo committed to Miami in Conference 2. Husk up with the lead. Oh, and they get him. Their phrase is actually go big red, but I prefer husk up.
I thought their phrase was we lose one possession games.
Oh, they do that too. We started Jeff Smith. What's his name?
Jeff Sims,
and we realized that was a mistake.
I was at that game, or one of them.
Yeah, I was at the Minnesota one where he gave us the win.
Yeah, when the Buffs hadn't lost 7 straight. Not that I'm bitter.
Yeah, prime.
We
All right, now we have a home booty coming up. House Heine.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like the next Netflix show. Instead of the Follow the House of Usher, it'll be House Heine.
HGTV brings you House Heine.
And he is headed to be a Buckeye.
I'm pretty sure that is really just going to be a show about people like renovating their
we would only be
backyards.
able to talk about the Michigan game then, Dallas.
Ouch.
Right? Yep, those guys solo commits. Next up, Jonathan Paler. House Heine. He is a quarterback.
It's a HGTV show about people renovating their backyards.
Oh, you know what? That's a much better ploy than mine. I like that more. All right, Jonathan Paler. I'm going to submit that to him and see if they'll start making
Please do.
Jonathan Paler headed to one of these 3 universities, just one of them actually. He is going to be a scarfed lion.
The other PSU.
Lion. The other PSU.
True.
All right, next up, Jason Brown. Neck and neck here between Pitt and A&M. He is headed to Pittsburgh. Again, national championship pull. It's ridiculous.
I don't know what Pittsburgh's slogan is. We haven't had one for them.
Go Pant?
Yeah. What do Panthers say?
Wow.
We can take it.
Jeremiah McClellan also deciding if he wants to or head to Texas or Stanford. He is raring to go to Pittsburgh. Next up, Carter Nelson deciding between husk up, or horns down.
What does the fox say? Indeed.
He is husking up. Well, the fox says a lot of things. I definitely don't have a YouTube video of me singing that song.
Oh, boy.
Next up, Nycar deciding between Nebraska and South Carolina.
Gonna have to find that video right after I go watch some Young Moy. For those of you who know, you know.
Ghost roll. And he is husking up as well.
Husk up.
A lot of husk upping.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, DJ Lagway. We will see if this one rolls or not on the backside.
Dun, 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 dun.
You can click it. If it disappears, you know he's not locked. He is not locked.
That means he's not.
Repeat. He is not locked. The team going for the steal here on DJ Lagway, who you
Was
can no longer
Texas,
see,
I believe, is what
is
it
Texas.
said.
This is their second steal attempt on DJ Lagway. For reference for other universities out there, I would suggest if someone tries to steal your player and you keep them, probably lock them up. They might come knocking on the door again. But everybody coaches their own way. I'm also just filibustering while we wait to see this roll, and he is staying.
Wow.
At Kennesaw State for the second week in a row. I don't know what kind of owls they have there, but they're way better than Rice.
Must have sold him on that 50.
This is 100% Texas's guy, too. He loves him. I don't know. Maybe a trade's in the works.
Perhaps. Or a third steal attempt next week if he remains unlocked.
Ooh,
or if he is locked, I guess you never know. The steal attempt can happen either way.
That is true. All right. Micah Hudson deciding between 5 universities and another person husking up, maybe? Who knows?
It's pretty even split here.
Ghost, stop typing in the chat.
Ooh, shooting from deep.
Okay, the Ghost is up to something.
Matt's gonna enjoy watching this one back.
Yeah, Matt with a couple recruits tonight, a Heine and a Hudson.
Mm-hmm. Now the final
roll of the evening. If it disappears, we're just gonna sit here filibustering, but leaving this up so you don't have to see our faces as we stare into the abyss. But Stanforth coming for a steal on Julian Sayin. His role back in the day, Stanford had a 81.6% lead, which is why his next helmet is just going to be 81% of a helmet.
Mm-hmm. No face mask.
Thieving continues, and he's not locked. The more you know. So now we sit here and we enjoy the wait.
So, Carl, do you like the weather?
Nate has to.
There's Nathan's ghost. Ooh. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we'll get some background music while we wait. I'm just staring off at the split screen.
There we go. Thank you, Nathan's ghost.
He is staying at Kennesaw State.
Wow.
I don't know what those owls have, but they have their recruits staying home.
That is the show.
We will try to allow you to see this in the future as our music raises.
Definitely doesn't get quiet.
I know that Nathan's ghost would love for you to have been able to see those and see it do. And then it clicks so you can see it visually, but I promise you that is exactly how they rolled over on the side screen. So lots of commits. I would show you the Conference 1 ones, but Nathan already stopped sharing screens, so we can't even scroll through and show you. But we'll get these ones posted. You guys will be able to see them all. Coach books should be cleared. I believe that the Ghost finished those up prior to the show. And then we will get bars and leaderboards fixed. Otherwise, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Go win a bowl game if you're in one. If you're not in one, just enjoy the food.
Hey.
And updated number things.
I love number things. C4 just lagging behind still.
Yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure what they're doing.
It might be
number.
that being recruited fact that they're all going after the same players. So
that is true. That does have an effect. Conference 2, as you can see, is all over the board, and they do have the highest number of commits
and upsets.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. It's not fun being in Conference 2, I'll tell you that much.
Was this week again?
This is just, those steals are just this week's steals.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I single-handedly am responsible for a couple of those.
Only one.
But if it's just this week, it was just the one that didn't happen. So thanks for nothing.
Yeah. If you can thank the ghost. All right. That is it. Row the boat, Sky Yuma. Go Gophers. Big game against Wisconsin.
One other thing. If you got a new helmet and you have a specific one, I know a few people put in requests already, but if you have a specific request, let me know. Otherwise, I will make one for you.
Kyle, could you expound on your question? When do new player numbers go out? Are you saying you submitted a recruit request?
I think that's what, yeah.
That would just be us checking in the book, and then we actually don't tell you anything. He is just a target in your coach book then with his name. So we do make sure they're a target in your coach book, and we try to get it within at least the week. So if you submit it on Friday, it'll be the following Friday that they're in, but we do get them in as soon as possible.
If you do it early in the week, try to get it in time for that week. And
so you may find them in your coach book.
NIL numbers will be updated. The graphics will be updated, and the numbers are going to follow as soon as the coloring department gets back to coloring and stops celebrating finally getting a recruit. So,
also good luck to those 5 teams in the championship game.
Yeah,
winner gets something sweet, especially since Jared kept Air Noland. He's going to be feeling better, and you might get something nice.
Hopefully. There is no prize for getting 56th in the rankings, apparently. That's what I was told. So,
None.
Yeah, shame.